The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
Joining us now is Kareem Sadek, co-leader of crypto assets and blockchain services at KPMG Canada. Welcome, Kareem. So I know that you have a very exciting Metaverse development, but before we get into that, I just want to touch on some of the larger crypto market issues. You know, KPMG and you particularly, as I understand, specialize in risk management. And risk management appears to be not in abundance right now in the crypto industry, to put it mildly. There seems to be a very poor approach to risk management with some of these entities that have imploded. So coming from your sort of consulting background, your risk management background, we look at some of these recent implosions, right? We have Celsius, we have Three Arrows, we have Terra Luna, we have, there's so many, I can't even, Voyager now, I can't even keep track of them anymore. They're all of them are slightly different, but just what are some like big headline takeaways you would give here and how these entities might, or how the industry in general might have better managed risk?
Yeah, I mean, it's we're seeing a lot like every day. And I think during this period of time, I think over time, we're just going to realize that it's just going to flesh out a lot of aspects or a lot of companies that are out there, and it's going to flesh out some of them, and we're going to see a lot more regulation and also a lot more in terms of risk management. But going back very quickly just to your question specifically, I think it's just really, if you think about it, it just highlights the importance of doing your homework, right? Like a period of time when it was like maybe probably December or something, everybody was just piling in because of probably something like FOMO, we need to get in there. Right now, just do your homework. I think it just highlights also the biggest part, if you think about it, is counterparty risk. That is one of the major aspects that now, as you're thinking through in the crypto, just in general, thinking about investments, thinking about how do you actually play in the space, do your homework. Look at counterparty risk as something that's very important, something that you actually really need to dig into and figure out who you're actually working with. So, I mean, that's what we're seeing, and that's what a lot are realizing right now.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, when you say do your homework, you're talking about the companies themselves, or you're talking more about investors?
I'm talking honestly, like both, like primarily investors, right? Like whether you're retail or institutional, and you're looking to invest in certain aspects, and you're trying to, whether build equity, invest, whatever you're trying to do, it's actually spending the time to figure out who is your counterparty, who are you actually going to be working with, and like you need to figure out what are their risk management processes and procedures before you actually go in and invest. And quite frankly, even yourself, if you're an institution, you need to do that too.
Yeah, that's definitely good advice. And just so turning to the Metaverse, KPMG is getting into the Metaverse. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. We have sort of a very more traditional company getting into this very new, I don't know, universe. So I guess what is, look, a lot of companies are getting into the Metaverse. Some of it is just because it's cool and it's like a, you know, a PR thing. But I guess what is the real sort of argument for a company like KPMG engaging in the Metaverse other than just kind of the cool factor?
To be honest, like if you see specifically KPMG in Canada, and of course the Metaverse, we've worked with the KPMG US for us when we made this announcement. But you think about it, it's sort of like a natural progression for us. Like so it was myself, our team, we spend all our time in the crypto space. That's all we do, right? So part of it is when we started, we said, well, how do we actually engage first so that when we're actually talking to our clients, so that we can say we have skin in the game, but also we've done it ourselves. We know what are the aspects of risk governance that you should be thinking about. So we started with, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum on our treasury. Then we actually did some, we bought the NFT, and sort of natural progression to say, okay, what else can we actually do? And specifically when it comes to the Metaverse, it was primarily because we see it as the future in terms of how do you actually collaborate? Probably at some point it's a little bit nascent, but in terms of creating these meta economies. But I think for us it was different iteration, whether it's internally or even highlighting workshops, recruitment, or otherwise externally, whether with our clients or with future employees. So it is definitely a way that we've been exploring for a while or looking into. And for us, this is the future of collaboration, and maybe beyond too, right? Because it is evolving every day.